shines, the world dines, a smile on each face. As joy surrounds, come through the bounds, and I can feel them breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still I hide behind this mask that I have become. My blackened heart, scorched by flames, a force I can't run from. I look to you like a red rose, seeking the sun, no matter where it goes. I long to stay where the light dwells, to guard against the cold that I know so well.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Fire Emblem Let's Play episodes with the Golden Deer. If you're with us last time, we just defeated everybody at the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. I'll go Golden Deer. And now we are getting prepared to investigate the strange occurrences at Remire Village. Let's see what's going to happen here on Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I do not know why it is so, but being here makes me feel quite unwell. I am so sleepy, and it is a struggle merely to stay conscious. Are you feeling the same? And yet, it feels familiar, as though pulled from a corner of my memory, from a time long ago. I simply cannot fathom it.
Hey there. Hey there.
Hey, I know you figure medicine and magical Hello, Professor. You want me to help? You just say the word, and don't worry. It's only nat.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, except that Tomas departed the monastery and has yet to return. Consider that reported. He's been gone for periods of time before and has always returned, so I'm not too worried. Still, I wonder what in the world he's doing out there.
You know, Professor, the tournament fish and the meal, why all of the food I've eaten in hardly.
Oh, like Tomas? I have a request.
Hey!
Perhaps.
Professor. Hey, Professor. Can I get your advice on something? I just don't know what to do anymore. I used to think they were the best, but now I can't even stand looking at them. But worrying about it won't solve my problems. What if I can never eat fish again?
Of the 4 or 5 years since I started here, this is...
It was 4. I've been here 5.
What's a year here or there?
You count your...
If I take
As you were saying...
that
Want? No.
Hey now, I'm the one who brought...
I have a favor to ask.
Of the 4...
It was...
If I take
As you were...
that...
Want?
Hey now. Hey you, do me a favor. Of the...
It was...
If I take
As you...
that...
Want?
Hey now.
Hello there!
Okay.
Ah, Professor! The Battle of the Eagle and Lion was such good fun, don't you think?
Ignatz, how long are you going to keep harping on about the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Oh, come on, let me gush! Did you see how the house leaders came together after the battle? What an incredible thing to witness. Harmony, even after something so hard fought.
True. If they can keep playing nice, perhaps there will be peace in Fodland after all. Hello.
I am so happy to be I honestly cannot recall the last. It reminds me of when I was a child. Oh, I mean, there.
What the?
Heya.
Professor, I heard about Ramire Village from some of the knights. It's certainly troubling. If it's a contagion, we at Garrick Mock should be on the lookout as well. Oh? Well, that's better. But I wonder what the real cause could be. Your words are oddly persuasive, Professor, even if they're not exactly based on anything.
Really?
Professor, how are you feeling, Professor? You look rather ill, if you don't mind my saying so. Are you sick? If so, I would urge you not to push yourself too hard. Take some rest. Just my natural talent, nothing out of the ordinary. Enough wit now. You should lie down.
Hey, you.
I could use your help.
Boo!
Hey!
Okay.
What is it? I'm in the middle of... I assume you know by now that the... Still, I have something to ask of you.
Professor, do you ever wish you could return to your life as a mercenary? Is that so? I suppose you have become accustomed to your new line of work. This month's assignment will again take you outside. It was in Ramire that you for half a year has come and gone since then. I appreciate...
Well,
Professor, Captain Gerald just told me. Vermeer Village is in a bad way, right?
The situation there is worrying, yes. But tell me, how is your vertigo?
Are you not feeling okay? You should get some rest.
If you must go to the village, make sure you're in good health before we depart.
I see. Even if I spend all of my time rummaging through this library, there's a limit to the knowledge that can be gained. Apparently, it only contains books whose contents have been deemed appropriate by the church. If only Tomas were around. I bet he has some interesting stories he could regale us with.
Professor.
Let me consider. Professor, I can offer nothing more than this. But I am in your debt, Professor. Professor, just... Of course, I have fees, and then I'd never put a...
Good day, Professor. Well then, I should go. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's...
Hey! Hey, please, could you let me have... Fantastic! Thanks, Professor. You have no idea.
Right.
Hello.
Well done. You have my thanks.
Hey, you.
Impressive. Thanks.
Professor, I picked this. Want to trade me what you're holding for? Thanks, Professor. This is great.
Would you mind trading it with... Oh, thank you so much. I'll be sure to take... Oh, I'm already... Okay. If it's not too much of a bother, thank you so much. I'll treasure it forever.
That's a nice thing. Why don't you trade it for this? Excellent doing business with you, Professor.
You brought it. How? You can give it here.
Excuse me.
Seems the professor likes you better than me.
Thanks. Here's your prize. Maybe I'll let you borrow. I knew I could count on you.
Hey!
Professor.
So heavy. I think I might have borrowed one too many books this time. And I have to return them at some point. Ah!
What's going on? Everything okay?
Just my luck.
Lysithia? Oh, wow. Look at the mess you made.
Thank you for the assistance. I can take it from here.
Were you planning on carrying this much weight on your own? Don't be ridiculous. You should have at least asked for help.
They're all books I need for my studies, and it's my own responsibility. No need to involve others.
I'm happy to help you carry some of them. How about half? That's fair, right?
No, really, I have this. I am not incapable, and I'm not a child.
As smart as you are, you sure are a silly person.
I'm so tough. I'm gonna stand my ground. I don't need help from anyone. And when things don't go my way, I'm gonna act all sad and moody.
You are remarkably talented at channeling me.
Huh? Oh, no. Sorry. I was imitating my little sister. Her name's Maya. She's way smart, but she can be pretty stubborn. You remind me of her. What I mean to say is that I want to help. So swallow your pride and ask. I'll be carrying the stack of books now. Got a problem with that?
Yeah. You seem obstinately determined to go against my wishes.
All right. Is this a good spot to drop them?
Hey, what are you doing? They need to be stacked neatly, otherwise they'll topple. This one needs to be rearranged, otherwise the rest won't fit properly.
Wow, talk about picky.
You're the one who was so insistent on helping. If you're gonna help, do it right or don't bother.
Fine.
What's wrong with you?
Shamir! How long have you been there?
Too long. You're blocking my way.
Wait! There's something I wanted to ask you.
Ask? Just make it quick.
Well, you see, wherever I go into battle, the enemy seems to find me right away. I'm an easy target. But I want to be able to move around the battlefield without being noticed, like you do. So what do you think? Would it be possible?
Do you think you're being noticed because of your size?
Of course! I'm pretty hard to miss, you know. I thought that was obvious.
Wrong. It's not your size, it's your presence. It's strong. Almost unbearably so.
My presence? Is that something I can change?
With practice. Maybe. Let me ask you, have you ever felt my presence?
Now that I think about it, I haven't. That must be why I didn't notice you earlier. But how can I do that? Will you teach me? Please? Please?
Fine. There's a breathing technique that masks your presence. When you breathe, are you continuously inhaling then exhaling?
Well, of course. That's the best way I know how. I'd explode if I only breathed in.
Right. To minimize your presence, breathe in, then out again. In through the nose, then gently out through the mouth twice.
In, out, out. That's it? I could definitely do that. I couldn't do it, Shamir.
Breathe less. Keep it to the absolute minimum.
I don't know the minimum.
It'll take some practice.
Sure. I'll keep trying. In, out, out is trickier than it sounds.
Ah, found you! Hello, Lysithia. Hilda? What's that box you're holding? It's making me nervous for some reason. Your big sister Hilda's here, and she's going to make you look all grown up. I don't recall ever asking you to. That's right, I knew exactly what you needed. You didn't have to ask. Now take a seat. With makeup, you can't just pick your favorite colors. You must choose colors that suit you and the occasion. If you'll be up close and personal, if you're going to a ball, for example, you want to keep it subtle. On the other hand, if you're going to be on stage, the colors should be overt. I've never used makeup before. It sounds complicated. Let's put up your hair to show off your neck. But we'll leave a few strands hanging to make you look more vulnerable. Why would I want to appear vulnerable? I don't want to be attacked. This is for wooing, not warring. When you're older, you might understand the importance of looking a little vulnerable. You're treating me like a child. But I guess it's mostly harmless. Now, when you're standing, put your non-dominant foot a step back. It looks more elegant. When sitting, don't lean back, but don't slouch either. And ensure at all times you are gracefully extending your fingers. Gracefully extending? Suddenly standing and sitting are an exhausting activity. Hilda, that's enough. This is wearing me out. I knew you had potential. You'll go far, my darling. A couple of years to develop your charms, and no girl will outmatch you. I'm not sure I'm cut out for this type of thing. Oh, believe me, you are. With a little help from me, you'll have men falling at your feet. No thanks. You're more suited to such things. I'll leave it to you. I haven't the time or the energy to fuss over how I'm perceived. Even with my best efforts, I'll never be as good at this as you are. Still, this was rather fun. Thank you, Hilda. She really is brimming with untapped potential. When she smiles like that, wow, even my heart skips a beat. Oh, hey, Marianne. Leonie? I thought greenhouse duty was mine today. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm sorry. You've been avoiding me ever since I lost my temper, haven't you? You're probably scared of me now. In the moment, I was hurt. I'm sure you had good reasons to act the way you did. If you want me to leave you alone, I will. I promise. You've got nothing to fear from me. Leonie, I've watered all the plants, so I'm done here. I'll get out of your way. Wait! Huh? Hey, what is it? It's, I don't mean to bother you. I'm sorry for keeping you here. No, not at all. Thanks for keeping me. Honestly, I've been worried about you. If you ever want to talk about anything, just say so. I'll make time. I've been avoiding people for most of my life, so I'm not the best at speaking. I know it's hard. You've been through a lot, but it's worth the extra effort to talk to your friends. I make everyone uncomfortable. I just don't know how to carry on a conversation. Hey, we're having one right now, and I'm telling you, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm actually really happy. So don't worry about me. And it's okay to be quiet sometimes, but try to find a middle ground at least. Otherwise, you'll never get any better. Oh. As far as what to talk about, anything's good. Hobbies, things you like, a dream you had last night. Really, anything. Okay, then. I like this flower. I think it's nice. I think so too. Did you know that where I come from, those have a completely different color? Oh, really? I'd like to see that. Great. Come visit my village someday. In fact, we should invite all of our friends. It'll be fun. Oh, yes. That would be very exciting.
It was so sunny this morning, but now it's absolutely pouring.
Did you hear the thunder just now? Good thing we got all the clothes indoors before the skies opened up. I apologize for troubling you with this task.
Don't worry about it. I was just passing by and thought I could help. I know how frustrating it is to have your newly dried clothes soaked by rain.
Oh.
What's wrong? We managed to keep all of the clothes dry, didn't we?
It's just odd. Every time it's my turn to wash the clothing, there's a sudden downpour. Surely it must just be an inconvenient coincidence. But I can't help feeling as though I'm somehow to blame for it.
Ah, I see. That probably is your fault.
Wow, you're even harsher than I am.
You have a crest of Karen, don't you?
I do, yes, but... Hold on a moment. How did you know that?
I can just tell. I have a crest of Karen too. And I've noticed that, whenever I need dry weather, there's rain. Don't you think it's our crests making the rain fall upon us?
How had I never connected this? This is quite a revelation. A crest affecting the weather.
Well, I don't know how true it is. There are only the two of us, which is a pretty small sample of people.
I suppose that's true. So, we must test our hypothesis. Maybe we can find someone who tends to bring the sunshine around. That would be especially handy for helping out with the wash.
Now there's an idea. That's enough. You're done for today.
Right. Thanks.
Are you feeling pain anywhere, Leonie?
No. Sorry, I'm alright.
Why are you apologizing?
Because I can't hold my own against you. And on top of that, you have to worry about hurting me. I feel like I've let you down.
Do you know what I meant when I said, you're done for today?
Probably that I was about to keel over.
No, it wasn't about your physical strength. I could tell that you didn't have the will to keep fighting.
I've got plenty of will.
No matter what I do, I can't win. Isn't that what you were thinking? If you think you can't win, you won't. Perhaps you already knew that.
Good point.
But never assume that you'll win. That is, don't underestimate your foe. At all times, you have to keep a clear head to make split-second decisions. In battle, mistakes are deadly.
But I don't have a crest or a relic. How could I ever hope to beat you?
If you put it like that, I'll fight barehanded, and I won't use my crest. Think you can win? Do your worst. Oh dear, I might have overdone it there. But I believe in her. I would be doing her a disservice if I pulled any punches. It's Leonie after all. She'll be back on her feet and charging at me before I know it.
Lice.
I did not expect...
That smell...
This is...
6 seconds.
Food taste.
The flavor is...
That.
Hello there. Return soon. Hello there. This one, yes? I think. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. A pleasure to come again.
It was half a year. It was half a... It was half a... Practice. It was half a... Hey, I know you've medicine, but... Hey,
Professor, there are nights and it is most distressing. Good God! I thought if only...
My mother was an excellent cook.
What? A bit of this, a bit of that.
Lawrence, do you have a moment to spare, my dear?
Hello, Professor Manuela. I trust all is well with you.
I am quite well, thank you for asking. You are always such a gentleman.
Thank you for saying so. How may I be of service?
I was wondering if we might spend a little time together. Maybe chat a bit?
Certainly. It is an honor to speak with someone as elegant as yourself. I've just made tea. Would you like a cup?
Oh, that would be just lovely. Lawrence, I hope you won't think it too forward of me, but I was wondering if you could explain a poem to me. It goes like this. Verdant rains soothe my aching heart like a cherished friend. Amid time's flow I mourn, bonds I'm not sure I can ever rend. As my mind clings to desperate thoughts, here it comes, horsebow moon and summer's end.
Oh, that's my poem.
As I suspected, I've checked absolutely everyone's handwriting. It's a sad poem, though, isn't it? Feels lonely, possibly even, dare I say, defeated. What makes you feel that way, Lawrence? Why aren't you happy? I very much want to know.
Well, I suppose Wait, why are you reading my poetry? Where did you even get that?
I found it, and when I saw the words, I read them. Well, that's what people do when they see words. They read them.
Kindly return that at once. Reading someone else's work without permission. What an egregious breach of etiquette. Honestly.
Oh, dear. Snatching at something someone else is holding. How violent. It's not like you to lose your composure, Lawrence.
Please, just forget you ever saw it. I beg you.
I'm afraid I could never forget that peek into the darkness of your soul. Nor would I want to.
Then at the very least, would you kindly promise not to mention it to anyone else?
Don't feel embarrassed. No. Be proud. It's a lovely piece of writing. Quite revealing. I'd never guess you'd have such hidden depths. Tell me more.
That's quite enough.
Oh, that's absolutely adorable. So bashful. I simply must hear more of his poetry sometime soon.
Phew. That about wraps it up for today's training. No thanks to a certain distraction. Professor Hanneman, I know you're there. It's extremely unsettling the way you're always staring like that.
Oh, my apologies, child. I was trying to remain inconspicuous, not wanting to interrupt.
Your half-hearted attempt to hide your weird staring only makes it weirder.
Well, I must apologize. In the future, I shall do my staring out in the open.
That might ease the weirdness, but it will continue to be extremely unsettling.
I have no desire to disturb nor to disquiet you. But you are a most exquisite subject for my crest research. And you understand that the foundation of all research is observation.
I understand well enough, and I'll do my best to ignore it. But in return...
In return, I will keep your secret. I have not spoken a word of your twin crests, not even to the church. If they knew I was withholding such valuable information, I might be branded a traitor. But such matters are trivial compared to the future of crestology.
Shh! Don't talk so loudly about it out here in the open.
Pardon my excitement. I simply cannot let the opportunity to study such a miraculous subject go to waste.
These awful crests may seem miraculous to you, but for me, they fall under the category of curse.
I hope one day you will share more about your tragic origins, whenever you have the time to recount it. Your tale may contain valuable information.
You are utterly lacking in empathy. You know that? Even if you spent your entire life observing me, you'd never understand my feelings and all I've been through. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I fear I may have made a misstep. I have no desire to trouble her, yet my research...
I learned.
That was. It's start. It's.
It's.
I've got. I've got. It was. Oh. Maybe. I'm getting. Not as hard.
An excellent finish, if I...
Enough.
Guess I'm still growing.
Thank you.
So basically, we just gotta defeat their leader, right? Then why don't we approach from... that won't work at all. Horses won't fit through there. I can't figure this out. I give up. But enemies never move how you want them to in a real battle, do they? I reckon I learned better on the battlefield.
Professor, I need to speak with you.
Ignatz, you alright?
I received a letter from my brother back home. There's some disturbing news. Monsters have been attacking merchants within the Alliance territories.
That happens all the time. I mean, that's how my parents died, so...
Raphael, I didn't mean to bring up such a sensitive topic in your presence.
Hey, don't worry about that. Come on, let's hear the rest of it.
Very well. These attacks seem to be focused on specific merchants. Those who are traveling from the territory of House Gloucester to the Regan Dukedom. Merchants traveling in the opposite direction, from Regan to Gloucester, don't suffer nearly as many attacks.
That doesn't make any sense. Someone's gotta deal with those monsters, though.
Agreed. At this rate, my father and brother can't conduct business without risking their lives. Professor, could you assist me? I need your help exterminating these creatures.
Now you're talking. I'm going too. I'm not learning anything in a classroom. You're gonna go, right, Professor? Don't you want to help these folks? Yeah, I knew you couldn't resist.
Thank you so much, Professor. And Raphael, I can't begin to express my gratitude.
Thank you so much.
I have gratitude. Thanks so much. am grateful.
Monsters! Be gone!
Look! The monsters are attacking those merchants again.
Looks like there's some humans mixed in there. Maybe they're controlling the monsters. If they are, do you think we just have to take out the leader?
Let's get started, before it's too late.
The merchants could probably escape, but we gotta get rid of those enemies who are blocking the path.
Look, a drawbridge. We can use that to cross, but we'll need to lower it first.
Stay focused.
Ready and willing. It was a good try.
Leave it to me.
I stand ready. Magnificent.
Ready anytime.
Homie? I won?
Nicely done.
Let's get to it.
I'll crush them all.
Let us away.
I got this.
Who, me? Don't have time for this! This is what I do. There's still...
I did it! I did!
You were outmatched.
Making my...
Fighting is what I do.
Not bad.
train better.
Never underestimate an outsider.
Who knew?
That takes care of that.
Repent from the call for Lady Rhea. Just
Won that.
Strength.
Of course I won. I'll celebrate later. I call that a win.
Impressive.
Let's try this.
Oh no.
Come on.
Another one down.
You're outclassed.
What do you think you're doing? Don't get in the way of our duty.
Your duty? You're letting monsters wreak havoc on innocent people.
Shut it! It's got nothing to do with you. I'm not looking forward to telling the Count.
Looks like we took care of him.
That man mentioned the Count. What could Count Gloucester have to do with all this?
Thank you so much. We're safe now. But it's a shame we weren't all lucky enough to escape. We might have all met the same fate if you hadn't shown up.
I'm real sorry we couldn't save everyone.
If you don't mind me asking, were you headed to the Regan Dukedom?
We were. We traveled around the Alliance selling our wares. I heard this route was dangerous, but...
Dangerous, you say? Are you referring to the recent cases of merchants being attacked on that route?
That's right. We can't turn a profit without going to Deirdre. I don't know what Count Gloucester's thinking.
I had a feeling it might be. You're certain?
Looks that way. I think he's unhappy with merchants contributing to House Regan's wealth. It seems like he's been at odds with them forever. They say even the previous Duke Regan's death...
Was that the Count's fault too?
It's only a rumor, but it was Count Gloucester himself who lured the late Duke Regan out. If I recall correctly, he invited the Duke to his estate to strike a deal on some valuable art pieces. I believe the Duke brought a pair of merchants with him to assess the pieces in question, but... alas, it seems those merchants lost their lives alongside him. A terrible misfortune. I wish these nobles wouldn't get us common folk mixed up in their feuds. You came from Garreg Mach, right? I'll send a token of our thanks over later.
Yeah, that was my ma and pa.
My parents received the request initially, but they had other business. They recommended Raphael's parents as substitutes. We could never have imagined. Yes, he's Lawrence's father.
Okay. That's enough of that. It's just a rumor, right? So who cares? Even if it's true, that's our parents' business. It's got nothing to do with us.
But you...
You got no idea what really happened, right, Ignatz? And I bet Lawrence doesn't know either. The way I see it, it was monsters that killed my parents. They died in an accident. I got no reason to hate anyone or blame somebody else for their deaths. I don't have time for that. I got my little sis to worry about instead.
Raphael.
Now that that's settled, let's head back. What do you think that merchant's gonna send us? I hope it's food.
Yes, he really is.
It's raining. On rainy days, the wound I got. I'm sure that. Did they really? They ruined. Is that?
So since we know this story, we're gonna skip it. It's basically she wants to go stop Death Knight, and so we're just gonna skip all this fun stuff. Let's begin.
I'll go skip.
Manuela. Manuela's in a tough spot, Professor, even if she's only got herself.
No.
Uh-oh. Stay focused.
I got this.
I stand ready.
My turn?
Let's take them out.
Ready and willing.
Ready anytime.
Just like that.
Never underestimate an outsider.
Huh? It worked out.
More pop?
Thanks. Plenty more where that came from. Still got...
Stay focused. Each battle, a chance to grow.
I stand ready.
Ready and willing.
My turn?
Let's take them out. Not my first battle. More.
As expected.
You're incredible. Good to go. Strength in action.
Ready anytime. Huh, no hard feelings, right?
Hey. I got this.
Who knew?
Plenty more where that came from.
Sorry, but victory is mine.
Can't take.
I'm sorry.
Should I have held back?
Just when I decide to disguise myself as a mountain bandit and sneak in, we get attacked. Just my luck.
Stay focused.
Ready and willing.
I got this.
I stand ready.
Let's take them out.
My turn?
It's your call. Never underestimate an outsider.
You can't compete with me.
That's the golden deer for you.
Should have studied harder. I'm o-
We are the Death God Gang. We're all unstoppable.
No hesitation.
Such power dwells within?
Manuela, are you uninjured?
A few scrape.
Thank you so much.
How could anyone think that was the Death Knight? It was obviously just an ordinary bandit. Oh well.
Manuel,
Hanneman.
how blood if that
What was that name again? Oh, this is frustrating me to no end. I simply can't recall. Oh, I have it. Xanadu. That's it. It was not long ago that we were there, and still, I somehow managed to forget. Well, that place brought back some fragments of my memory. I cannot help but wonder why. I feel we must return to find some answers there. Yes, you are right. For as the saying goes, there is no time like the present.
Huh. Where's our professor going all alone like that?
I hate not knowing what's going on. Okay, that's it. Let's gather the others and get to the bottom of this.
You want to follow our teacher? What a pain. Ugh. But I guess I'm dying of curiosity too.
Yes, it is all coming back to me. This structure. Oh, but it's as though my memories are clouded. the most important pieces are obscured. But I once called this home. I have no doubt. I seem to recall something on the other side of that wall. I cannot see it, but I can still feel it. It is not my imagination. I know this to be true. We are already deep within this valley. Oh, what was that awful sound? Yes, and that was not a normal beast, but a huge and terrifying one. Look, there, at the entrance of the valley, a giant shadow. What is it now? Those hungry wolves. That howl must have riled them up. We have no choice but to fight our way out. Give it your all.
It was a right move for us to follow Teach. But however you look at it, we're in a tough spot now.
Wolves, hawks, not to mention a demonic beast guarding the canyon's entrance. We should never have come here.
Don't say that. But what's a demonic beast doing here? Is it a stray? Even Teach would have trouble out here all alone. Let's help out before we're down one professor. First things first, we need to reunite with Teach. Hurry up, everyone.
Who, me? Leave it to me.
I stand ready.
Ready and willing. Sorry, but victory is mine.
Who, me? Let's get to it.
I got this.
Ready anytime.
Let us away.
Stay focused.
I call that a win. I'm impressed.
If you say so.
How do you like that? I feel my...
Progress suits me well.
I will need all my strength.
I thought I gave it my all.
It's the least I could do. Let us put an end to it. I'm... Help.
Do you know? It's not possible.
I'm stronger.
Nope.
I can. Our work is done? My, things did not go as planned. Let us return before any more hawks or wolves join us. But what was that demonic beast doing within the Red Canyon?
Listen, teach. No one likes aimless wandering more than me, but it's not worth dying over.
Well, we're all okay now, so let's just focus on the positive. Ooh, maybe we can tell folks back at the monastery that we came here for battle training, with our dear professor's permission.
Hilda, you scamp. No one has a knack for getting out of trouble quite like you do. It is a gift, milady.
Oh, is that right? Well, no one can get into trouble quite like you, so it works out.
Oh dear, I put us in a bit of danger there. What a marvelous professor you must be, for all your students to be so concerned. You seem more confident in your ability to teach. But that makes sense, as you have me to help you out. How disappointing to have dived so deeply into danger, and yet to have nothing to show. Huh? What is this strange feeling? My memories. Do you feel them stirring? How curious. You seem to have grown stronger. And all thanks to our journey to Xanadu. It really was worth all that effort. Huh? You found this? I dare say you may find a use for that. You should decide how best to use that thing. But wow, we got a lot out of this trip. It was a bother for a spell, but in the end, I feel we should think fondly of our little trip. We actually had a delightful time, wouldn't you say?
My thank you so much. I have gratitude. Thanks so much.
I am grateful.
I thank you.
I learned. That was. Let's. Nice.
You really?
That was. It's.
That was.
Just no that just I
I always. What now? Let's. Let's. I understand more every day.
No need to discontinue. I would like...
Yeah.
This. An ex.
Enough.
Thank you very much for the...
Yeah! I passed!
I can't believe...
Perfect.
I actually passed?
I got this. Plenty more where that came from.
Leave it to me.
Ready and will.
Stay focused.
Let's get to it. Who, me? I'm all sweaty.
Let's take them out.
Ready anytime.
I stand ready.
I did it! I did!
It's all in.
Get.
It was a good try.
Look at you!
Another one down.
Sorry, don't know my own strength.
A bit disappointing.
You lost to me?
Plenty more where that came from.
I can't afford to lose.
You're amazing. Strength in action.
I'm all sweaty. I think.
stay focused.
I got this.
I stand ready.
Who, me?
Let's take them out.
Leave it to me.
Ready and willing. Don't hold this. It's not luck. It's fate.
You're relentless.
Ready anytime.
Let's get to it. Who, me?
Plenty more where that came from.
How do you like that?
I won?
You're making me worse. Sorry, did I hurt you?
You're really tough.
Who knew?
I just worked harder.
Too easy. Progress.
As expected.
You're outclassed.
Good form.
Strength in action.
Another one down. Gotta...
That's the golden deer for you.
I could go another.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Thank you so much.
I have gratitude.
Thanks so much.
I am...
stay focused.
Ready and willing.
Leave it to me.
Ready anytime.
I got this.
Let's get to it. Who, me?
I stand ready.
Let's take them out.
Who, me?
I still...
You were outmatched. Sorry, did I hurt you?
I'll try.
I'm sorry.
Who knew?
Caution is prudent.
I'll manage. That takes care of that.
Ho 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 ho, here we go, investigate Ramaya Village.
Thank you.
Let's watch some supports. Ooh, Shamia.
There's really no better place for my midday nap than under the shade of a nice big tree. The twittering of the little birds. It's like they're singing a lullaby just for me. God! Is that a dagger? Am I being ambushed?
Claude, why are you lazing about? You should be training.
Shamir! Was this your doing? Talk about unfriendly. Another inch and you would have sliced my handsome nose clean off my roguishly beautiful face.
But I didn't. Fortunately for you.
You know, if you wanted to give me a talking to, you could have done so with your words instead. That's how most people do the talking thing.
Conversation was not my intention.
What then? A prank? That's not better. I thought we were under attack. I could have died from the shock.
Look closely at the dagger.
Is that... Right. There's a poor spider impaled on it.
A poisonous spider. The tiniest bite from which can cause fever, headache, and relentless vomiting. Or worse.
Yikes. I guess this little guy is more vicious than he looks.
I noticed it descending towards your face.
Ah, so you saved me from a certain doom. Well, in that case, I'm sorry for questioning your motives. I promise to repay the favor someday.
I'll keep that in mind.
Wow, so that's what the greatest sniper of all the knights is capable of. Absolutely incredible. Hi, Flame. Have the four saints caught your fancy?
Hello there, Claude. No, not particularly. I was merely looking.
I see. In any case, do you mind if I ask you a little something? It's about your family's origin.
This again? There is truly nothing of interest to discuss on that topic.
Ah, but when you try to change the subject like that, it drives me mad with curiosity. That said, taking a secret by force isn't my style. That's why I devised a different approach. Relentless nagging.
Might I suggest giving up entirely? Truth be told, my brother has asked that I not speak of my background to anyone.
I thought it might be something like that. Oh well, guess I'd better give up on trying to get you to tell me yourself. Instead, why don't I tell you about the theory I've come up with?
You've concocted a theory, have you? I suppose there is no harm in listening to it.
I did a bit of investigating into the crests that you and Seteth bear. Seteth's is the major crest of Keyhole, and yours is the major crest of Sethlene.
Where did you learn of this?
Oh, I just took a peek at some records by a renowned crest scholar. I'd rather not say more than that. Anyway, my point is that I don't think I've ever heard of two siblings each bearing the major crests of a pair of saints. If the legends are true, then Saint Keyhole was Saint Sethlene's father, wasn't he? Which means if you and Seteth were the descendants of Saint Sethlene, that would explain how you two came to possess Keyhole and Sethlene's crests.
You mean to suggest that my brother and I are the children's children's children of Sethlene?
That about sums it up.
An interesting theory, to say the least. But surely you must know. Saint Sethlene was never married. There are no tales of her having ever had children.
Sure, but the possibilities are endless. It's not like legends are known for their accuracy. But based on your reaction, I guess I'm probably following a bad lead here.
Hello, Raphael. Are you well? Any chance you might be training today?
Of course! My muscles are always ready to train.
I imagine so. Mind if I tag along? I have been practicing my battle cries. I believe you shall notice a marked improvement.
Wow, that sounds much better than last time. But try doing it more like this.
Oh, hearing it anew is positively invigorating. I have much training ahead if I am to become as strong as you.
Try not to strain yourself. You've got smarts, so you shouldn't have to worry about your muscles.
I won't be satisfied until my body is as strong as my mind. As my body is so frail, my brother is endlessly worrying over me.
I know what that's like. I have a little sister too. I always worry about her, even when it's something small, like catching a cold.
Then surely you understand. I want to give my brother peace of mind. If I don't get stronger, I won't be able to do all the things I wish to do. But I'm quite enjoying this. I have never shouted so loudly in all my life. Each time I allow myself to let go in such a way, I feel invigorated.
Well, if you're having fun, I'm not gonna stop you. Go on and shout as much as you want. Give it all you've got and make your brother proud.
Just you wait. I've only just begun.
All right. Gather up your energy deep in your gut and get ready to shout.
Oh, that Raphael.
My breath.
Careful. You're going to make yourself pass out.
Shamir, I'm so sorry.
Are you trying to breathe like I showed you? Not even close.
That, in-out-out technique sounds so easy, but it's not easy at all.
It's only easy for me because I put in the time to practice. You need to practice if you want it to work.
Oh, yeah? Really? So I should be able to do it if I just practice?
Yes.
I see. You had no presence. Again.
Yes. Sometimes my presence fades without even trying. It can be a nuisance.
One of these days, I'm gonna do it, just like you.
Seems unlikely, but keep practicing.
Yeah. Got it. Thanks.
Stop doing it while you're talking. It's disturbing.
Is that Professor Manuela? Her voice is every bit as fine as you might expect from the former leader of the Middle Franc troop. Oh, if it weren't for her drinking and her woefully inadequate manners, she would fit right in with high society. Wait a minute.
As my mind clings to desperate thoughts, here it comes, horse, full moon, and summer's end.
That's my... Oh no. No!
Oh, Lawrence! I heard you shout. Are you okay?
The poem! My poem! Forget it, I said! I asked you for one thing!
And I told you it would be impossible for me to forget.
Certainly, I understand. But setting it to music, and now singing it?
Oh, yes. It makes for a beautiful song, doesn't it? I'm feeling so lonely and blue. My dearest has left. He has gone far away, and I'm here, all alone. And in my sadness, your poem, well, it became a song for me to sing. It brought me a moment of happiness.
I do not know who spurned you, but I assure you my poem has nothing to do with any such feelings. It is getting late. We should both turn in. I will take my leave now.
Oh, I understand. You're leaving me too. Why? Am I too old to matter?
No, I never said any such thing. Why, I am sure there are plenty of men who would prefer a mature woman such as yourself.
Mature, he says. I knew it. You're all the same, you know. No one sees the person behind the voice. They just see me older today than yesterday. They say, oh, look what happened to her. Nobody sees my frustration, my resignation to be forever alone. But you do. It's all right there in your poem.
Please, I assure you, my poem was not about that at all. It was actually about the ideal of nobility. The sentiment is that someday I know I will get what I want. There is no resignation in it, as you seem to be suggesting.
Lawrence, I was sure the poem was more about someone lamenting their frailty and the loneliness of time's passing. But that's not it at all, is it? This is the story of someone impatient to get ahead, who is afraid they'll never make it.
The speaker in the poem does lament his shortcomings. The road to reach his ideal is long. It is a trial, a test. If he can just find his way through it, he knows he can move forward. So I think you should try to move forward too. Because with a voice as talented as yours, how could you possibly fail?
Lawrence, someday you should let me sing this song in public. I think people who are battling through their own trials, they might find comfort in this. And I believe I'm the only one who can do your work justice.
Very well. You have my assent. On the condition that you do not attach my name to it. Now, permit me to retire for the night. I require ample rest to maintain an adequate level of polish, you know. I suppose, if my poem must be set to music, then it had best be done by such a talented singer. Hello, Catherine. A moment of your time.
Oh, it's you. Yes?
That sword you wear upon your hip, how did you come by it, exactly?
I don't appreciate your tone. Are you implying I swiped it off someone?
Not at all. But heroes' relics are typically passed down through the bloodlines of the 10 elites. You are descended from a noble family, are you not?
That's none of your business.
Actually.
Let's say I was a nobody, with no relic, no crest. I would still be me, wouldn't I? That's not to say lineage counts for nothing. It just doesn't count as much as how you lived your life and what you live for. Or, let's say I was descended from some noble house. Would that change how you treat me?
Yes, it would. To treat you differently from the common folk would only be appropriate.
You're so narrow-minded, tied down by foolish, antiquated notions.
But the nobility and the common folk are different. If the few did not have capabilities to set them apart from the many, then they would not be the few.
Wow. You really think nobles are better than everyone else, don't you?
I didn't mean to suggest...
You pay so much attention to people's lineage and status that you have no idea who they actually are. Even if I was from the prestigious house whatever, I would never associate with a blowhard like you.
Excuse me, Shamir?
What is it? Do you need something?
Yes. I was curious about the world beyond Fodlan.
Oh.
You came from somewhere outside Fodlan, right? I'm curious about your homeland, what kind of place it was. And I thought you might...
I will not.
Sorry?
There's no point in me telling you about it.
I see. All right, then.
Wait. You misunderstand. Hearing me tell stories about the things I've seen, what good is that? That's just my experience. If you want to know about the world, you need to experience it for yourself. Is what I meant to say.
Oh, that's what it was. That's good.
How so?
I thought maybe you didn't like me.
Is that what you think? In your experience, do I seem to dislike you? If you can't determine something as simple as that, then you would gain nothing from the outside world.
Oh, I don't actually know. I'm not very good at reading people, I guess.
Ask me. I'm right here.
I'm not that brave. I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone. I'll be going now.
Not brave enough to ask a simple question. Or does he just not care?
Professor Hanneman, is this a good spot for this book?
That will do nicely, Lysithia. I'm sorry to trouble you with these chores.
It's no trouble. After all, it's proper etiquette for the young to help the elderly.
The elderly? I'm only... Ugh, never mind. How have you been feeling of late? Anything worth mentioning?
I've been feeling well enough, all things considered.
You seem to be maturing remarkably. No doubt your well-being is due to the positive influence of your twin crests working in tandem.
Here he goes with the positive again. Looks like your research is more useless than I thought.
I may ignore your assaults on my age, but I will not allow unfettered attacks upon my research. What makes you think it's lacking? Surely you do not deny that your crest-related abilities exceed those of your peers. You are so far ahead of the others. Even the combined effects of the twin crests you bear do not fully account for that discrepancy.
You just can't see beyond the crest, can you? In all your research, haven't you considered that my abilities are a direct result of the effort I've put in?
Of course, I am aware that you are a hardworking student, but...
My efforts far exceed those of any other student. I've placed top priority on growing as quickly as possible.
Is the ability to expend such incredible efforts, to be so focused and driven, is that not a form of talent?
It has nothing to do with talent. It's a question of sheer will. I'm determined to succeed, no matter the sacrifice.
I see. But what drives you to such lengths?
I have goals, just like anyone. And precious little time in which to achieve them.
Little time?
The people who made me as I am informed me that my life would be drastically shortened as a result. A person bearing 2 crests, against the will of nature itself. Well, clearly it can't be sustainable. As such, I don't indulge in the luxury of fantasizing about the future. I haven't got one. Knowing all this now, will you still claim that my crests are something positive?
I cannot. Please understand. I had no idea.
I'll be leaving now.
Lysithea. So that is why you were...
Lysithea, do you have a moment?
I do. What do you need to speak with me about?
I was thinking about the time we talked about our crests bringing bad weather.
Yes. We never did get to test that theory, since I haven't found any sun-bringing folks.
Joking aside, each crest is unique in how it impacts the bearer's life. I've seen more than my share of crest bearers, after all. Some of them bore crests of Karen like us. Some even bore crests of Gloucester.
Certainly, but I don't see your point.
I'm not a crest scholar. I don't know all the details. I have a knack for guessing a person's crest just by looking at them. Forgive me, but do you have 2 crests? You don't have to tell me. I mean, it shouldn't even be possible to bear 2 crests. So if you do have 2, you must be sitting on some major secrets.
It's nice to know that someone understands.
Of course. Everyone has things they would rather not talk about. For all you know, Catherine's not my real name. Maybe I'm an outlaw on the run from my homeland.
That can't be true, can it? Stop messing with me.
I was kidding, though who knows? Maybe there is some truth in it. My point is, no matter what secrets we're keeping, I'm still me, and you're still you. I do worry a little about you. You never seem to let your guard down around other people. That can't be easy. You know, it's important for you to relax once in a while.
I don't even know the meaning of the word.
That's easy. Just gab with your friends about something pointless, and the stress will fade away. I'm always happy to chat, if you're interested.
Well, thank you. Why are you being so kind to me anyway?
I just feel a certain kinship with you. We both have crests of Karen, and we both have secrets we can't share with anyone.
I see. I will say I'm happy to have someone around who actually seems to understand me.
Good. You can feel comfortable with me. Since we have the same crest, we're basically sisters.
Aw, I really like that. Someone as wonderful as you is my big sister?
Well, don't you just say the cutest things. That's my little sister for you.
I should head back.
Finished with your training, Miss Marianne?
Oh, Professor Henneman. Yes, I've just finished training for the day.
You have merely completed the exercises assigned to you, yes? Nothing more? Or am I wrong?
Yes. I'm sorry. I should have done more.
No, please. You've done as you were asked. Quite solid work, child. I simply wish to ask a question. You possess a crest, do you not? When you entered the Officers' Academy, your father submitted a request to the monastery, as well as a significant donation. Your father asked that your crest not be confirmed under any circumstances. At first, I thought he did not want the world to know that his daughter bore no crest. In your father's position as a newly minted noble, it would be most advantageous for his daughter to possess a crest, you see. However, I am now certain I was wrong. I believe you do, in fact, possess a crest of some sort.
How did you find out?
I have been called the Father of Crestology, which is a bit of an ostentatious title, I admit. However, a brief period of observation allows me to hazard a usually accurate guess as to whether a body houses a crest or not. With the knowledge of your father's actions and my own observations, I come to you with a warning. As a crest bearer, you are guaranteed to have certain talents. It is prudent to study your crest diligently to ensure your safe mastery of these talents, whatever they may prove to be.
No, I have no talents.
Oh yes, you do. No matter how hard you may try to hide it, my sight is keener than that. And what I see, others will eventually notice as well. Those who hold power must wield it in the service of their fellow man, Miss Marianne. I believe that is true, whether you are peasant or noble. And doubly true, I would say, for those with crests. Or do you think I'm wrong? On principle alone, it is a waste to allow a rare talent to remain dormant. I would like very much to advise you to aid your understanding of your crest. Will you accept my offer?
No, I refuse.
That is regrettable. A veritable tragedy, Miss Marianne.
Why am I so off? Yesterday wasn't like this. Some days I just can't seem to hit anything.
Your mind, body, and technique are not synchronized. Find harmony between the three. You lack experience. You'll improve if you practice.
Now that you mention it, Shamir, how come I've never seen you train? Do you keep odd hours? Or are you just so good that you don't even need it anymore?
I am always training. Look here.
A dagger.
Watch.
Wow, nice throw. That was a long one. But does throwing knives at pillars really count as shooting practice?
Look closely.
Is that a centipede? You pierced it clean in half. How did you even see that?
I train everything. Eyes, speed, accuracy. Watch as the bird flies. Feel the wind. Recognize the distance between objects. Not all training requires a weapon. Integrate training into your daily routine.
My daily routine, huh? Well, that's great advice. Thanks. I'll do my best.
Very good. Just be cautious.
Hello, Professor. you very much.
We've got to go. Now. The situation in Ramire Village has changed drastically. We don't know much more than that. We're hearing reports that the villagers are killing each other. Some say houses are burning. Regardless, we need to move.
Kill! Kill!
Help! Somebody please help!
What's going on here?
This is unbelievable. There's no way to tell who's lost their mind from who's mad with fear.
If we don't act quickly, things are just going to keep getting worse. I really don't want to get involved here, but we can't leave these people on their own, right?
How about we hit him hard enough to knock him out, but not hard enough to kill him?
That's too reckless. But I'll admit I can't think of a better option.
If some must die, just know it was by the will of the goddess.
Stop that, Marianne. We have to save all of them. There's no way this madness is by the will of the goddess.
Nobles are responsible for the safety of the commoners. By the honor of House Gloucester, I swear that I will save them all.
Claude, there are some strange-looking people here.
So you noticed too. Look, there's a suspicious group hiding amongst the villagers. Could they be the culprits? If so... There you have it. Our objective is clear. Take down that suspicious group and rescue the villagers.
There are some suspicious-looking ruffians out there, but our top priority is to rescue the villagers. Got it? I'll rein in the villagers who've turned violent. You focus on rescuing the others.
Who, me?
Kill.
Let's get to it.
Ready and willing.
Stay focused.
It's over.
I got this.
Leave it to me.
I stand ready.
Ready anytime.
Let's take them out.
That helps.
Who, me?
The one giving orders to those weird ruffians. Isn't that Tomas?
You fought well.
Who, me?
Ready and willing.
I stand ready.
Leave it to me.
I got this.
Who, me?
Let's take them out.
Ready anytime.
Tomas, what in the world are you doing here?
I'm not Tomas. My name is Solon, the savior of all. What's the matter? So shocked you can't even speak? You were so easily fooled by my disguise. I was hiding away in Garrick Mach to get the blood of that little girl called Flame. With her blood, we'll be one step closer to realizing our goal.
I'll have a bit of fun here, too. That's the Death Knight. He must be an ally of Tomas, or Solon, or whoever he is.
Stay focused. That is that.
Let's get to it. Pure grit! I just worked harder.
You are but a savage, insignificant beast. Yet you think you can kill me?
Each battle, a chance to grow.
We've rescued as many as we can.
Ah, the cursed Fellstar. This will be a fine opportunity to measure your power.
Why have you gone after this village? What are you planning?
I could have conducted this experiment on any test subjects. Now that I have what I came for, I must bid you farewell.
I must go. Wait! Damn it, he's gone.
It's over. All we can do is focus on our next move. I'll have a look around the village. there may still be people who need our help.
My thank you so much.
Looks like we somehow managed to sort things out, and casualties were kept to a minimum. They said they weren't picky about who they used as their test subjects. Because of them, the people of Remire Village.
There you are.
That armor. So, you're the Flame Emperor.
Yes, I believe you have met my subordinate, the Death Knight.
Oh, we've met all right. But back to you. You're the one responsible for the destruction of this village.
Do not get the wrong idea.
What in blazes does that mean?
It is true that I am working with Solon, but that does not mean our objectives are the same. Had I known they planned to do this, I would have stopped it. You have my word.
Your words are meaningless. Now, I'll have to insist that you accompany us back to the monastery.
I cannot abide that. However, if you wish to join forces, I will hear your plea.
What?
If left to their own devices, they will commit countless more violent acts like this one. Do you not wish to prevent that? With the sword of the Creator on our side, Solon would not be a threat. Pity, though not unexpected. Pray that you do not live to regret your choice.
Gerald, Professor, have you seen Claude?
What's wrong, kid? Huh? Oh, damn it! He's gone. Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you. Since coming to the monastery, you've changed. You've been angry since we first arrived in Remire Village. And you look so happy when you're instructing the brats. Before the monastery, I'd never seen you bear your emotions like that. Not once. Then perhaps it's a good thing we came to the monastery, if only so I could see your face lit up like that. Or maybe there was never any reason for us to leave the monastery in the first place. I've put my foot in my mouth, haven't I? Though I suppose it may be nearly that time. Come to my office when you next have a moment to spare. There's something I need to tell you.
Just what was that about? I can't recall a time of old when you were at the monastery. I wonder what is hiding in the mist that is your past.
Hey, Teach. That assignment wasn't my favorite, I've got to admit. I suppose pretending to be unaffected doesn't do anyone any good. That was terrible to behold. It's always hard to see innocents die. Hey, all you can do is keep smiling, keep marching. That's part of a leader's job. We can't give in to despair. Not just for me or for you, but for all of us in the Golden Deer House. We have to keep smiling so the others can move forward too. As long as we don't show that we're disheartened, they'll know they can make it too. That's what matters. Yeah, sorry for getting ahead of myself, Teach. That's how I feel, but how you handle it is really up to you. By the way, I hear that guy who calls himself the Flame Emperor showed up in Remire Village. I couldn't believe it when Hilda told me the news. What could he be after? I was afraid you'd say that. Frankly, there's way too much that we still don't know. They called this incident an experiment, and they said they got what they came for. That means they might take this success and attempt something even bigger next time. Sadly, that's all we can assume. Flame, your timing is impeccable. Would you care to join us for a while, fair lady?
What? Why? Oh my.
Damn, she gave us the slip. In any case, I doubt she knows the full story. It seems more like she has something on her mind that she can't divulge. Whoa there, settle yourself, Teach. Seems like it would be better to push Seteth for an explanation. Or, best of all, to go above his head and ask Rhea. Now that we know Tomas was an enemy, we can't be sure that exposing the Church's secrets would be to our benefit. Where are the answers I seek? Where are they?
You did well handling that awful business in Remire Village. I am certain the goddess shares in our grief at the senselessness of that calamity. More importantly, I was shocked to hear that our own Tomas was actually a dark mage. I must reflect on our blindness.
You surely must. You failed to notice that a rat was hiding in your home. Pathetic! Who are these wicked foes? How did Tomas escape your gaze?
Tomas came to the monastery 40 years ago, by recommendation of House Ordelia of the Alliance. Around 8 years ago, he went back to House Ordelia, before returning to the monastery once again, just last year. After having worked at Garreg Mach for decades, why would he betray us now? Just what did he hope to accomplish? Yuritsa became a professor at the Officers' Academy because of a recommendation from the Imperial nobility. Supposing that he is the Death Knight, that means that our enemy is an organization that has taken root in at least 2 territories.
In the long history of the Church of Seros, no, long before even that, there have been an endless number of threats to the peace of Fodlan. Yet those who oppose us still operate in the shadows. Their identity's a mystery. I believe that Solon and the Death Knight are merely one part of a much larger whole.
A threat to Fodlan's peace? That means we have no choice. We have to stop them all.
Without knowing what their objective is, we cannot afford to act recklessly. The Knights will investigate. For now, you and your class should focus on your training. That is all for today.
Professor, please wait. I know there is much that you still do not understand. However, one thing is clear. You possess great power. I believe that you are destined to be a source of great hope for all. In any case, I expect great things from you. Walk this world proudly, dear Professor. May the goddess Sothis protect you.
The goddess Sothis? Is that what she just said?
Is something the matter? I see. Sothis is the goddess's true name. Please do not use it carelessly. Farewell.
Do not say something that we may regret. What exactly am I? For now, let's leave this place. Please, go!
Part 1. White Clouds. Ethereal Moon. The Cause of Sorrow. Though most stars will still glimmer in the crisp winter air, the Blue Sea Star has gone back into hiding. Legend states that the goddess prays for peace from her home in the heavens. In the town of Garrick Mach, the anniversary of the monastery's completion nears, and the people's prayers intensify ahead of the Millennium Festival, still 5 years hence.
We are planning a grand ball for this month. I'm sure the students will be most pleased.
Yes, certainly. However, we must not devote all of our time to frivolity. We have a new mission for you. We have found evidence of someone sneaking into an unused chapel.
It is a building that was once a temporary sanctuary, at a time when the monastery was under renovation.
This month, your class is tasked with guarding the chapel and investigating these intruders. With the recent state of affairs surrounding the Holy Church, we cannot afford to overlook any abnormality, no matter how seemingly trivial.
I am ordering a seasoned knight to assist you to ensure the safety of the students. In times like these, I am afraid we must always expect the worst.
Reporting for duty, Lady Rhea.
I thought you two could use the time to bond. And to speak of important matters.
Appreciate the thought.
Bear in mind that Geralt has a separate mission of his own. He will join you once he has finished it.
It's true. I'll be away from the monastery for a while. But when I return, I'll come and watch you work. I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, everybody, I think that's about gonna do it for this episode. Yeah, got a lot to do. The balls this month. Tune in next week for more Fire Emblem 3 Houses, the Golden Deer story. Will we uncover the truth of our past? Stay tuned.